Hey, you crazy cats! 42's live streams and videos are simply not available on vinyl. You will have to go to the YouTubes for that. So if you want content about British traditions and culture, cutting edge social commentary from an unapologetically patriotic perspective, along with a side order of madness you simply will not find anywhere else, then this is the place for you. And to all those early adopters in the chat, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you get the good stuff and make sure you never miss a tasty treat. So with that being said and done, squeeze yourself in. Let's get into it. You know you want to. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide and time zones are indeed a thing. Now, can I get a wee audio check in the chat, please? And we'll get on with this madness because there's some madness coming out tonight. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of hellos. Mr. Burger, I'm not reading out your message, but I have read it and we will see what we can do. And thank you very much for coming in. I'm going to come back to Mr. Burger in a while. Willie, what about you, chum? Glad to have you here. Mr. Pack is in. Who has seen them live? Very good. Good taste in music. Blue Bear, you've missed nothing yet, mate. Not a thing. Anglo-Saxon brother, what about you, chum? Hope everything's well with you. We are very, very close to 9,000 views on the Anglo-Saxon song, which is blowing my mind. But there we go. It's fucking mad. Doing good, Blue Bear. Thank you very much. I hope you are too. Oh yes, strap the fuck in. You might get some of them opinion things coming out tonight. And the audio was good. 5 to 5 says Anglo. Very good. Now, going to start off with the housekeeping. I'm going to try to keep this in a semblance of order. Or at least close to that. But Sansom is still doing Sansom stuff and not connected to the internet, so I haven't got his normal roundup of the housekeeping, but I've got a pretty good guess at what's going to be going on. Eyes Wide Shut has sneaked in. Absolutely cracking film, by the way. Love the name, and thank you for coming along. Right, so that being said, this is off the cuff. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, you're going to have Rags and Jack, I believe, with a guest. No idea who the guest is going to be. Sometimes Rags is in. If Rags does come in, or if Jack drops in, we'll ask. Or if anybody knows, you can put it in the comment and I promote that. So you may have that. I think there's definitely going to be golf. Fucking halfway between Korea. Yeah, whatever this Sanson's up to, I really hope there is some Korean golf involved in it. Oh, Pekka, excellent, good job. The minutes are on with Rags. That's going to be a hell of a show. Get on and watch that tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. The minutes are an institution on themselves. Really, really, really lovely people. And always worth a listen with a great sense of humor. That'll be good. Fuck, I've got a. So we've got there. Thanks, Mr. Paga. Let's see. What else we'll have? No idea what the fuck's happening on Monday. Oh yeah, they are. Anglo. Absolutely lovely. Sansom will not obviously be streaming because he's still on his hiatus. I'm not sure if there's anything else. John Davison, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe it is, 9 o'clock. Uh, if you want to get on that, that's there for you. We have a shout out to Courage is a Cure. If you want kept up to date with what's going on in the world of woke politics and stupid decisions made by governments, education people, and all of that madness, Robin from Down Under will keep you up to date across that on a global basis on Facebook, YouTube, fucking D Live. I don't know where else you stream, but there's a lot of places you'll find her stuff. Uh, then, yes, every weeknight at 8:30, the Dave's Waffle House, which does include the Friday night duck race, which is absolutely fucking excellent. Really good fun. Lots of ways to get yourself some free ducks. Get yourself involved. Get in the chat. Leave some comments. Get some ducks. Be part of the duck race. It's absolutely quackers, but it's a good fucking British, actually English. Because I'm going to delineate this. This is English madness. I don't think the Scotch, Welsh, or Russell Ulsterman could have come up with this the way Dave did. So I'm pinning this on the English. I think it's fucking brilliant, to be totally honest with you. If you want a good laugh and good company, get yourself in the Waffle House. Yes, pack a one on Friday. And Willie's in as well, and Mr. Waffles in the chat. What about you, chum? We may or may not be plotting. But we will see. All things come to those who wait and quack. The other thing I want to do is I want to give a shout out to Storm Dara. Because Storm Dara has done something quite good. Yep, you've got this. Yes, this is from Matt Aaron. If I can just find the actual screenshot, I might be able to move out a bit. Yeah. Oh no, right. Yeah, no, we do have access to the whole thing. And yes, as you can see, all of Ireland is now orange. Fucking excellent. I love it. Just as it should be. No more of that green, white, and gold bullshit. Just keep it all orange. Yo. Which is quite fitting for the time of year. We will come on to the Burning of Lundy, which didn't quite happen this year, but we will get there. So I wanted to give that a wee shout out. And also, there is a bit of a reminder that apparently you can't spell Dara without also using the letters for. Hold on. This is slow as fuck. Yeah. It turns out that Storm Dara might also be part of Dara because we've got a mural here. I think this, to be fair, this mural has been replicated in a couple of places. It may be North Belfast, it may not. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what you can see at the minute because the top of the. We'll zoom this in. Yeah, the top lap walls came down. Storm Dara has took it away. And what it looked like before that was something more like this. No. Yep, there we go. That should come up now. If I can. That one can go. We'll zoom this one in a little bit. Yep, there's that same mural. Young Citizens Volunteers, and there's a UVF sign over there. Prepared for peace, ready for war. We quite happily, although having said that, before we do any of that, we need to get this wall built and the fucking mural fixed because Storm Dara has taken part of it away. We're not pleased about that. Oh, fuck. It sounds about right, mate. It does sound about right. Yeah, fucking wall came down, took down half of our mural with it. That's most of those updates. I'll see if I can get you some salty leftist tears. It's fucking there's madness going on at the moment. Yeah, the tarmac is good. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jay, would you be that fucking lunatic from Sailor Town? I think you are. Can you translate anything into coherent or sensible, please? 300 words coming out, not one of them making sense. But yeah, it is. Please try and be sensible and coherent. Martin W., a free speech enjoyer, is in. What about you? Dara. Judging by yeah, so there we go. Now what were we going to do? Yes, I know we're going to get our first bit of content up. Here we go. Our first bit of content for the evening. We're going to be talking about Christmas trees and stuff. Let me just check where we are. We're good. And
hello, London. Got one question. You ready to rock? 1, 2, 3, Billy cats with the pumps real high, wearing black tree coats, all real gone guys. Skinheads with the roll-up jeans, looking real tough and mighty big. There's a rumble in Brighton tonight. Ringside seats for the neighborhood fight. Ain't a damn thing that the cops could do. There's a rumble in Brighton tonight. There's a their shirts under their collars. They got razors in their shoes. I said, go, cat, go. Their battle cry for over 3 years to soften the brew. Now the skinheads are all accused of blackjacks, and they're looking wide awake. They got chains wrapped around their fingers, their heads are shaved and clean. Well, there's a rumble in Brighton tonight. Ringside seats for the neighborhood fight. Ain't a damn thing that drops. There's a rumble in Brighton tonight. There ain't a man left standing, so let's all go get a beer. No team is a winner. We're gonna see you all next year. Well, there's a rumble in Brighton tonight. Ringside seats for the neighborhood fight. Ain't a damn thing that drops the beat. Rumble in Brixton tonight. Rumble in Brixton tonight. Rumble on the beach tonight. Rumble in Brixton tonight. Rumble on the streets tonight. There ain't a damn thing that the cops can do. Line right up for a sideline view. Ringside seats for the neighborhood fight. There's a rumble in Brixton tonight.
There we go. That was a little bit of Stray Cats Rumble on Brighton for Mr. Budgie Burger, who leaves the best fucking comments on YouTube. And I'm very pleased to be able to do something nice for you. And hopefully give you a bit of unexpected Stray Cats, because I don't think anybody was expecting that to come up. This sort of leads into one was it. Budgie Burger's comments that he leaves on these streams are fucking epic. Absolutely brilliant. However, I personally have not been as good as I ought to be at fucking replying to them. We're going to come on to this. Yes, Don Brown is indeed a superstar. Yes, and Rockabilly does work every time. He also would not get to say hello to. There was somebody else sneaked in. Wasn't Eleanor. I think it's it. Did I say hello to Eleanor? I don't think it did, actually. Evening, Eleanor. And there was someone else. The Stray Cats are fucking excellent. Their album stuff is mostly better than the singles as well. Rumble in Brighton is probably my favorite song. It also takes me back to my teenage years when I was listening to all that stuff. Hooking my little radio cassette recorder about with me. Yeah, love that stuff. Right, a couple of things we want to address. Right, first off, where are you, Jay? Yeah, just Jay. Here's the crack, mate. Please take this in the way it's meant to, in the way it's being delivered, which is advice. Here's the crack, chum. You don't know what the fuck's going to come out of your mouth next on any stream. Now, if you don't know what's going to come out of your mouth next, neither do I. And I don't stream with people that I don't know what the fuck they're going to say. That's a boundary that I've got. And if you do ever want to be on a stream with me, You're going to need to sort your shit out, figure out what your channel's about, get yourself a bit of organization. If you want some advice about doing that, I will email you some advice, but I watched what you were putting up and it was fucking gibberish. Don't mind you coming on the chat, but I ain't working with you unless I know what the fuck you're at. I think that's fair. Yeah, plus I'm only a stone permanently. For the record, I don't drink when I'm streaming. I don't smoke blow when I'm streaming because in a other life, I did stupid things like that, like went on streams whenever I had a drink and I ended up slurring and it's all fucking shite and I just don't do it. So there's that one put to bed. Jay, honestly, if you get a channel that's looking sensible, I'll work with you, but until then, no, I won't. Probably better to tell you that honestly, so as you're not laboring under some false illusion and you know what you really ought to do, which is decide what your channel's going to be about and start making content about it and make it coherent. Now, what was the other thing I was going to say? Yes. Which is sort of leading me into what I wanted to talk about tonight, which is going to be a little awkward because I've got no links or fuck all to it, because I'm going to start off by talking about oral traditional solstice and how it was passed down orally. There's Brad, boot straight in. Yes, but Rags, here's the thing. I have an idea what's going to come out of your mouth. You may be drunk, but you've got a consistency level where I can understand what the tenure of your stream's going to be about. Jay's just totally fucking will put out a video that's 8 minutes long about a conversation about people without actually naming who the fuck they are or what it's about, and it's just like, I don't know, the Egyptian hieroglyphics are easier to understand, and I'm not really good with Egyptian hieroglyphics, so there's where the difference is, chum. Right, we're 23 minutes in. Right. December in the UK, the days get really short. We're now heading towards the 21st, which is the shortest day of the year. Tell us a tale. We're going for a tale. Now, we currently have a tradition around Christmas whereby we bring the tree into the house and we decorate it. We all have a party, exchange gifts and all that. Hi, now, brown cow. Or big brown moo moo beast would be another way of saying that. Which is a bit strange. Yeah, dark and wet in December. Oh, yeah, unless you're in Australia, in which case you're approaching the longest day because they've got the flip of us. Yeah, from six at night to about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's fucking like the black hole of Calcutta about this kip. Nah, we have this tradition of the Christmas tree gets brought in the house, we decorate it, we exchange gifts, we do all that sort of stuff. There's when the hunters in from down under again. One of planes in. Now, those traditions predate Christianity. However, the tree was not a full standing tree, and it didn't really get decorated. What it was a special Yule log that was cut down earlier in the year. It was dried, it was brought into the house, and it was set aside, particularly for over the solstice, for having a party. And what we would also have done was stored up some food and put that to the side. Uh, got some small gifts and exchanged those. And the party was for reaching the darkest part of the year and getting through that. And the hope that then comes with the new light that's arriving. Right? So it takes a bit of time and preparation. The other thing that we would traditionally have done during this time of the year through the long nights was to have a think about all the stuff that was done in the previous year and properly take stock of, oh, here, Brad, here's the next thing. See the Christmas party? It will last as long as the firewood that you'd stored for that lasted. So if you'd done a good job and got quite a lot of that stored away for your Yule festival or your festival of light, whichever way you want to call it, got different names right across Europe, then you would have a long party. And also, if you're doing well with your wood storage, you're also going to want to replicate that with the food and stuff that you have in the house, so that you can holler up there for the 3 darkest days, have your heat, have your warmth, have your light, have your entertainment, and then be ready to start again and start your preparation for spring. Right? We had in our old calendar, and the way that the British people worked was during one season you are perpetually preparing for the next one. Right? So during summer, you've got to prepare for autumn. During autumn, you've got to prepare for winter. During winter, you've got to prepare for spring. And if you don't have the preparations done, not a problem, Tom. No, boily boy, I get it. And yeah, I'm quite happy to partake in a little bit of fun with all of that, and the different way that people speak across the British Isles. Really interested in that and how the accents change and the different terminology and all. So yeah, I'm very happy to indulge you on that one, mate. Uh, it's something that so what you should be thinking about is everything that happened last year. What went well, what went not so well, and what was total shit. And then you begin to put plans in place for how you're going to do things better next year. That you do more of the stuff that went well, the stuff that went okay, how you improve that, and how you eradicate the stuff that went shit from inside your life. And you form your boundaries. Now, personally speaking, the last time I had a really good and proper look and put my boundaries in place was way back in 2014. And the boundaries that I put in place worked well for me in 2014 and for quite a while after that, because they were good boundaries and they were solid, and This is the stuff that 42 does. This is the stuff that 42 doesn't do. But it turns out, as it should have done, in the intervening 10 years, my life's changed. And not only has my life changed, society has changed. And everything has changed around me. So while my boundaries were good for 2014, they were not necessarily quite so good for 2024. Also, while my behaviours were good for 2014 and what I was doing and coming out of oh no, Linda, chat away. Uh, while they were good for the situation I was in going into, they're not quite so good for now. So they all need reassessed. And you've seen one in action there where I told Jay, you need to sort your shit out if you want me to work with you. Because I ain't dropping below my standard. And I think that's fair. And I think everybody needs to do that. But you can also widen this out whenever you think about boundaries, what you're allowed outside, what you're allowed inside, and how you use your boundaries. I'll give you an example. Say you're a 20-year-old man and you walk into a nightclub that is, by definition, over 18s, and you're a young 20-year-old man, and you're doing young 20-year-old man stuff, and you're obviously chatting up with ladies and all that sort of stuff. Because you're inside a nightclub that's for 18 over 18s, and that has professional door staff, you should be able to be quite confident that every woman that you speak to is over 18 and all full age. And you can do that. You can have adult conversations. Nothing's going to come back on that because, by definition, you have to be an adult to be inside this place. But if the nightclub's door staff or shite, or the nightclub's policies or shite, and if the night shift would rather have 15 and 16-year-old girls in there to be bought drink by other people because they're not bringing money with them in order to earn money, that 20-year-old man needs to adjust his boundaries because he needs to figure out the differentials between which age Lady A and Lady B is. But if it was done on the outside before they came in, then he wouldn't need to do that. So you need to adjust your boundaries and your barriers and what you're willing to accept or not accept according to your situation. Similarly, yes, this is true. There's Mark's hat. Sorry for your loss, Mark, by the way. I would say all the right words now, but there are no fucking right words. Things happen and they're very sad. There's not a lot we can do. I can offer my condolences. But yes, that's a major life-changing event. And your priorities will change. Your boundaries will change. You will probably step into more of a protective role for the family. You know, maybe start to look out for more people, which means that you have less time for doing hobbies or whatnot, or any number of things. But yes, we'll need to reassess that. And I think that coming up to New Year is the proper and appropriate time for that. You've got the long, dark nights. Then again, if we were in a traditional, if our country was still traditional, there would be very little happening at nights during this time of darkness. We put on electric lights and we fucking carry on as if it's still summer. It's absolutely stupid, but that's what we generally do. But this is a time of year, it's a time to take stock, have a think about what you've done the previous year, what you want to do next year, and how you want to move forward and improve yourself and also improve the people around you. Have a think about your personal boundaries. And be advised, if you live somewhere like where I live in East Belfast, it's a solid unionist area. I know that whenever I'm walking about the streets around here and in the shops, I don't need to be overly careful about my personal security. I don't need to be careful about what I say and expressing my opinions if I'm in a shop or a chip or sitting on a chippy or whatnot, because most of the people have pretty much 80% of the people's opinions are pretty much exactly the same as mine, and there's about 10% that would be harder line than me, and 10% would be wishy washy. But there's nobody that I don't need to worry about being overheard. Now, if I go into Belfast city centre, I immediately need to worry about being overheard because it's a mixed area. I'm not in my fucking my miniature ethno state, and so I need to change how I behave. And something I think we all need to have a think about is our own boundaries, what we think's good for our life and what we think's bad, and try to improve that. And the idea is, and this is also where the New Year's traditions come in, whereby, we have your New Year resolutions. Generally speaking, a lot of people are saying they're going to stop smoking, they're going to stop drinking, they're going to fucking go to the gym, all that sort of stuff. If you go back in time, that would have been more, we need to get field day planted that next year, or we need to move the cattle to different grazing land earlier in the year, or whatever. And so just have a think about how your life is and what's working for you, what's improving your life, what's making it worse, and start to put things in place. One example is, as I said, Mr. Burger leaves the best comments on YouTube. I have been remiss in replying to comments, but I'm now going to start to be scheduling, and don't expect to happen this week because fuck me, we'll do what we can. And all my changes will be hopefully fully in place after the solstice. But I'm going to try to schedule like an hour on a Sunday or something where I just go through and make sure I've got all my comments replied to. Because I think if people are willing to take their time to comment on my streams, I should. But the other thing is, I read them all. I've read every one. Every comment that everybody's left, I have read. Haven't replied them all because I'm disorganized, but I'm going to change that. Depends on the city, mate. It would. I'm not going to name them because that would be bad. But I know of several housing estates where pretty much nobody locks their doors around here in Belfast because nobody's coming in. But we also have Rags was asking about the weather. I'll throw this back up again. Yeah, we had some small issues and bits of damage with the weather. Like this fucking mural has been cut in half because half that wall blew down. So yeah, we've had a bit of damage. But we also have people like this that tend to take a very dim view of people going on the other people's houses. So that does increase the trustworthiness of the area. I'm just going to check through the comments. Yep, the long dark nights do toughen you up, and they are good for thinking. Thanks, Sheila. Or Sheila's that in. Uh, to summarize the whole thing that we've got so far, Sheila, uh, winter solstice is coming up, 21st of December, the shortest day. After that, we start to get more light, and this is the time of the year where traditionally you should be having to think about all the stuff that happened last year, what you can do better, what you uh, what you did well, do more of that, what went shite, get that hooked clean out of your life, and move forward. Then this biggest door locking problem is the dog escaping, and oh, fuck, you and me's the opposite way around. I hate it, rags. I just don't like the long in the dark. I don't like the cold. Although I live in fucking Northern Ireland, so it being cold and wet is just par for the course. Very welcome. So that's where we're at. What I implore you all to do, have a wee think about what your life, take notice of things, see where your priorities are, see if your priorities are still correct. You could 2 years ago have put all your priorities in exactly the right place, but you're 2 years further on. The even if your general day to day life stayed the same, the world has changed around you, so you may need to adjust those barriers and what you want to do. There's your food for thought. And I think with that, I'm going to do another musical interlude. Well, while I decide what's going to happen next, because I'm not quite sure. And we'll have to give this a plug. Oh no, cancel that. Yep, it's the one with almost 9,000 views. For a wee surprise, here we go. Hello, you're listening to 42's letter to the Anglo-Saxons. When you spread this message, you are the resistance. The Anglo-Saxon. The Anglo-Saxon shook his head sharply, his hair dislodging droplets of sweat from the back of his neck, the produce of moving a carcass to the workbench. The sharpened blades and cleavers felt natural in his hand. The carcass divided to his will. The Anglo-Saxon's muscle memory was that of a warrior. His body was lost to the toil, but his mind wandered to memories that were not his own. An intruder startled the Anglo-Saxon. However, before him was not the meadows and glades of his ancestors, but a butcher's shop window. While politely serving the customer, the Anglo-Saxon mourned the loss of a kingdom he had never known, of the rituals and customs that were lost long before his grandparents were even born. Outside, the street was a bustle. He knew there were others like him, ones who carried the warrior's pride. Amongst them he would find the rightful place of an Anglo-Saxon. The Anglo-Saxon.
It was not preached to the crowd, it was not taught by the state. No man spoke it aloud when the Anglo-Saxons began to hate. It was not suddenly bred, it will not swiftly abate. Through the chill years ahead, when the time shall count from the date that the Anglo-Saxons began to hate. When time shall count from the date the Anglo-Saxons began to hate. Game over.
Oh, there's one here I'm going to come back to. Right, I'm going to address this one. Want to play in 42 on the accent again, as you mentioned, being overheard. Is it possible that the NI accent developed for not wanting to be lip read? Well, that could well be true. However, I can lip read pretty much every Belfast accent if I'm standing at the right angle. But what we do really well, what we do really well is I can have a conversation with my mate, and the only people that would know what it was about would be him and I, because of how I phrase it. You know him from down there? He did something to blah blah, and nobody can make head nor tail of it, apart from the two people that intimately know what the subject's about. Now, somebody who's really excellent at talking like that is Jay Belfast. However, he's doing it on a stream to the internet where he needs people to understand what he's talking about. A bit of a miscue there. Jay, I'm honestly not trying to take the piss. I'm trying to explain part of what your problem is. Well, you need to actually explain what your posts are about. I'm generally trying to help. But yeah, Jay's brilliant at that. They talk about fag in front of their mouths. They are that paranoid. Yeah. Well, the cigarette gives you the excuse to have your hand covering your lips. It's one of those things. No. Right. Sorry, there's a comment I need to. Billy Blogs is telling me that poem is being restricted, which would be the beginnings, which is the Kipling poem at the end of the Anglo-Saxon. They are restricting poetry. Well, fuck that shit. Where voices are being restricted, what we need is more voices. And as you know, I like a bit of poetry on this stream. Let me just check exactly where we're at. Oh, that's not the bestest version of that I can find. So yeah, here we go. Slightly better, not perfect, but we'll have a bit of this.
Man's Burden by Rudyard Kipling. Take up the white man's burden, send forth the best ye breed. Go bind your sons to exile, to serve your captives' need. To wait in heavy harness, on fluttered folk and wild, your new caught sullen peoples, half devil and half child. Take up the white man's burden, in patience to abide, to veil the threat of terror, and to check the show of pride. By open speech and simple, 100 times made plain, to seek another's profit and work another's gain. Take up the white man's burden, the savage wars of peace. Fill full the mouth of famine, and bid the sickness cease. And when your goal is nearest, the end for others sought, watch sloth and heathen folly, bring all your hopes to naught. Take up the white man's burden, no tawdry rule of kings, but toil of serf and sweeper, the tale of common things. The ports ye shall not enter, the roads ye shall not tread. Go make them with your living, and mark them with your dead. Take up the white man's burden, and reap his old reward. The blame of those ye better, the hate of those ye guard, the cry of hosts ye humour, slowly towards the light. Why brought ye us from bondage, our loved Egyptian night? Take up the white man's burden, ye dare not stoop to less, nor call too loud on freedom, to cloak your weariness. By all ye cry or whisper, by all ye leave or do, the silent, sullen peoples shall weigh your gods and you. Take up the white man's burden, have done with childish days, the lightly proffered laurel, the easy, ungrudged praise, comes now to search your manhood through all the thankless years, cold-edged with dear-brought wisdom, the judgment of your peers.
Deck your halls with more of the latest block.
There we go. There's a bit of Kipling. They can go and restrict that all the fucking want. Is he a sieve nut whenever he's reciting Kipling's poem, though? Does it matter whenever he's saying words that are not his own? He's just reciting a poem. I'm not sure that. I don't know. Here's the thing. The other option was an American accent, so I went with the English accent. It is what it is. I've got my bigger problem with Sargon is not that he's a Sivnat. The problem is he's a fucking bird brain, and doesn't. It would help if he actually understood how the country works. And every time he went on about, we are policed by consent, if you actually took the time to explain what fucking consent meant to people, that would maybe help. And for the record, whenever he says you're policed by consent, what he means is that law has went through the British Parliament. That's it. That's the whole fucking thing. Anything that goes through British Parliament, you have consented to via your members of Parliament. However, it's a very tacit consent because nobody talks to their fucking MP anymore. Nobody gets their MP down to their local community centre. Nobody fucking ties them to their community. Therefore, they can fuck off and do whatever they want and have no problems whenever they return. For example, whenever all those fucking constituencies that voted for Brexit but had MPs that fought against it the whole time, those MPs should not have been able to go back to their constituencies because the people should have been on their case every time they went anywhere. But they were not, because whenever they went back to their constituencies, they did not go back to their people. They went back to the NGOs that they fucking deal with all the time, because we do not pester our MPs enough. I want you all to get it in your head. Those fuckers in Parliament work for you. Their job is to do your bidding. It is their job to read your letters and then take actions. Now, let's be fair. Not every MP is going to be able to solve every problem, but you can at least fucking make them aware of it and make their life uncomfortable by the amount of letters and emails and times you visit their constituency totally peacefully and friendly and say, here, this is what's affecting me. I would like something done about it. Exactly. It's a fine art. And we currently are not good at it, and we need to get better. There's one for everybody's New Year resolution. Once a month, find an issue that you feel passionate about and write to your member of parliament about it. Now, here's the thing. See if you've picked something in January and it's still exactly the same in February and March. He maybe hasn't had enough time. But in April, feel free to revisit that. Yep, call out the commies. But those MPs, right, here's the thing. You and I both live in Ulster. How hard is it for you to find your MP? Really easy. I can find my MP. I know where his constituency office is. I can go find him. And even if it didn't, I know what parades he goes to. Know what lodge he's in. I know where I can find him. So I can get... Sadly, that's not the case in England, Scotland, or Wales. And from little bits and pieces I've done in the last month and a half, I can tell you that it's a lot more difficult to even get proper contact with civil servants in England than it is in Northern Ireland. Now, it is possible. You can do it. It's a little bit more time consuming. You need to be a little bit more clever and you can still do it. But if we had enough people clamoring for direct access to the civil servants that provide the services, as you should have, because also those civil servants work for you. That's their job. And if you decide you're going to send them an email about stuff that their department does every Monday, that's fine. It's their job to fucking read it. Probably don't go to the stage where they're starting to take every Monday off. I'm not sure if I'm still proud about that, causing civil servants to take Mondays off to avoid my fucking emails. But yeah, you can do that. It's perfectly legal. It's perfectly legitimate. You will not get in trouble with the police. You will not get in trouble with the government because you're using the government in the way it's intended to be used. There's a proper communication system set up there. Use it. Because it turns out we're the only people not lobbying our MPs. Gay people, they're lobbying all day. Foreigners, lobbying all day. The climate change people, lobbying all day. Oh, and they even do this weird thing where whenever they have a protest, they go to where the members of parliament are and have the protest in such a way that the people who are making those decisions have to fucking listen to it. And they've also got somebody going to have a meeting with those people in that same week. It's only pointless if you're shit at it, mate. It's only pointless. It's only pointless if you don't do it consistently. Our problem I'll give you a classic example. See, whenever Enoch Paul no, the problem's not the DUP. The problem lies in England. I'll explain that to you really quick. Democratic Unionist Party are in a position where they've got two choices. They can stay in the assembly and work within that assembly. But out of everybody in that assembly, you've got the DUP and the TUV, Traditional Unionist Voice. I'm not sure how many MLAs I have between them, but it's nowhere near enough. So, do you know what? We actually can. We could force the members of Parliament to debate the MPs doing a cover version of a Stray Cat song for charity by simply getting enough people to fill in the fucking form. So we could do that if we chose to, but I think that's a little bit down the list of things that we'll need to get them done. No, it's because they're fucking workers. It's because whenever they want something done, they don't think we're not allowed to do it. That they think, let's go do this. Let's go fucking hassle everybody and make sure it happens. We're allowed to lobby exactly the same way as they do. We just don't. And that's where the problem is. And I'm sorry if that's unpopular, but that's the way that the British system of governance is set up that way. The people are the ultimate arbiters. You elect your local city councillors, town councillors, parish councillors. You elect your local MPs. Now, in order to get a MP that's going to speak for you properly, they need to come out of your community, which means you need to have an organised, working class, politically active community that has, because they're all professionals now. What we need to be doing is having working class people who are politically active and enforcing them into the jobs. I would also say that I don't know how many members of the Conservative Party there are in this country, but I'm sure there's not 2 million. And if the 2 million people that signed that petition had have all decided to join the Conservative Party and get themselves a vote, we could change that whole fucking system. Yeah, of course it will. Because you got to understand that Sinn Féin are a post-truth political party, and they just fucking invent whatever it is they want. Anglo don't know very much about them at all. And yes, there are individual good members of Parliament out there. I beg to differ, Brad James. What do you think Stonewall does? What do you think? Who is it? What do you think Queer Space do? What do you think all those LG? The gay lobby doesn't just lobby MPs; they also train and educate the police. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of lobbying work that goes on that we just never hear about. Until you actually look behind the curtain and see what the fuck's going on. The way to change it, there's no way we can change it without changing our communities. We need stronger local communities, and we need to then take people out of those communities and push them into the political system. And they need to be put forward on the basis of you speak our language. Yeah, we could do with starting off. we could do with starting off with repealing all the laws that Tony Blair put in. The Supreme Court needs to go. We need to go back to the law lords. We need to go back to the 1688 Bill of Rights, get our free speech back, and get the implementation of the laws fixed. Oh fuck, which pledge? Ah, Brad, sorry. That went clean over my head. I should have fucking. Oh fuck, I should have known. Sorry. Uh, yeah, or better still, go behind the curtain, see who's pulling the levers, and pull them the fuck out of the way and go in and pull the levers yourselves. That's what we need to do. The the way to change this the way to change this country comes from communities. Currently, ours are broken. We need to bring them back together. That's the bottom line of it. Nah, I want to do the next bit of content. I want to figure out what the fucking going. Oh yeah, it's very much an option. We have an option of forming strong communities, forming organizations, and getting our people in the power that way. But unless we've got the community to do that from, we can't do it. So the community has to be the building block that comes first. I don't think I would be a fan of anarchy. It defaults to the people will the people with most guns get to decide everything, and that's not always you. And living somewhere where we have organized paramilitary groups, be careful what you're asking for with that anarchy business, unless you've got a group lined up that's going to take over the place and run it, because anarchy will be run by the most violent person. I think what I'm going to do next is have a musical interlude and decide what content I'm going for next. And I think for the interlude, I know. Yes, we've got this. This is topical. Perfect timing. We're in the Yule time. Have a nice little festive musical interlude.
On the first day of Christmas,
My human gave to me
A partridge in a pear tree. Oh, yeah.
on the second day of Christmas, my human gave to me
2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the third day of Christmas, my true, get on my shot.
unattended whipped cream.
Some kind of bucket.
Just keep drinking and we'll get there eventually.
On the 4th day of Christmas, my human gave him
Too much food for my cheeks.
3 free-range hens
who turned out the lights.
and wrapped them all over me.
On the fifth day of Christmas, my human gave to me
5 gold rings. Yep.
4 calling birds, 3 French hens.
2 blocks of cheese. Wait, where?
Don't worry, guys, it's right here.
On the sixth day of Christmas, my human gave to me
Yeah, 5 gold rings. Uh-huh.
4 calling birds and 3 French hens.
And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 7th day of Christmas, my human gave to me
6 geese a laying.
Can I take this off now?
No.
Ah.
4 ballet lessons, 3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
And a scooper for picking up.
Doody
On the 8th day of Christmas, my human gave to me. Meh.
7 nutty cube things. Yum, 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 yum.
Okay, that's it. I'm out of here. Oh, come on. There's only a couple more verses.
4 calling birds. 2 turtle doves.
Turtle doves? Yum. Have you got any?
Is it the 9th? Day of Christmas, my human gave to me.
I forget what I was gonna say.
8 milking. Oh, that's not right. 6 bits of living.
Where's your hat, Jupe? What are you doing with that pen? Nothing.
4 calling birds.
3 French hens. Yes. Partridge.
Oh, yum, yum.
Hey. On the 10th day of Christmas, my human gave to me a fancy new litter box.
9 lady fancy.
8 maids of milking.
Is it something about swans?
60 for laying. 4 calling birds.
3 French.
2 turtle doves. And there's no way you'll hide them from me.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my human gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids of milking, 7 spots of
Oh,
sauce,
no,
6
slow down.
calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge.
No,
Partridge.
slow down.
How'd I do?
Oh. On the 12th day of Christmas, my human gave to me.
Hey, you can sing. Yeah, I'm just messing with them.
10 tasty fingers.
9 ladies dancing, 8 maids of milking.
You know what I'm supposed to say?
It's 7 swans a swimming.
That doesn't sound right. You sure?
Yes. 7 swans a swimming.
7 swans are swimming. That's a gift?
Just sing it.
7 swans are swimming.
6
Kiss a laying.
Third calling birds
2 many stairs.
and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yes, that was a little long. Sorry about that. But yes, I thought we'd have some fun. And I also thought I would get the next one lined up and I closed that instead of the fucking song. But here we go. Now, yes, going to talk a little bit about Daniel Penny, who was the guy on the New York subway that choked the guy who was fucking about with Disney killed. Oh, a horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course, unless, of course, that horse, of course, is a wonderful Mr. Ave. That guy, oh yes, remember him well. Right, I'm going to talk about this because justice is coming to a fucking end. I'm going to read what CNN have said about this case because there's been updates and I will be giving my opinions and commentary on this shit. And it is shit. A judge granted a motion for Manhattan prosecutors to dismiss the more serious charge of second-degree manslaughter against Daniel Penny on Friday in his trial over the chokehold death of Jordan Neely in New York City subway last year. So what happened was this guy Neely was a Michael Jackson impersonator, was also what's that word? Yeah, a total fucking cunt, and had a history of violence and mugging people, stealing their stuff. And they've had the trial. The jury are in deliberations. They cannot come to an agreed verdict. Now, the word coming out is that one of the jurors is wearing 2 masks the whole way through, which is kind of a sign that he's got a political decision to make, or she, because don't say whether it's a man or a woman. But it seems that the probability is we've got 11 people want to let him go, and 1 person wants him convicted. And the judge's way of dealing with this and the prosecution's way is the one that everyone wants to acquit him on or find him not guilty on will just fucking drop that out because they can't go to the lesser charge until they've got that one decided. So that one has been removed. The ruling clears a way for jurors to consider the remaining lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide, which still means he'd go to jail for about 5 years. It came after a Manhattan jury said they were deadlocked twice on the manslaughter charge, and Penny's defense attorneys renewed their motion for a mistrial. And what the mistrial would have meant was that trial's thrown out, and if the prosecutor wanted to, they could possibly attempt to run the whole case again. They might not. It wouldn't clear the ex-US Marine, but it would get him out of jail, where he's been for a year and a half since this happened. Over defense objections, Judge Maxwell Whaley agreed with prosecutors who argued that dismissing the first count of second-degree manslaughter eliminates the defense for a compromised verdict. Because what the defense had said is, you need to throw this out because the holdout is going to use the higher verdict, saying, okay, I've done a deal with you. I'll vote not guilty on the top count if you all decide to convict them on the lower count. And which is a common thing in jury deliberations, by the way. That's just how it works. You'll have people that there'll have to be horse trading to make people change their opinions. And that would obviously not be a good, sound, legal conviction. So their method of stopping that is to just chuck out the fucking harder one and put everything on the lower, lesser charge. Penny, 26, a former Marine, now faces a single charge of criminally negligent homicide and Neely's death, which carries a maximum penalty of 4 years in prison, significantly less than potentially maximum 15 years tied to the more serious charge. The judge could also choose to sentence Penny to no prison. Actually, not true. There is a mandatory minimum. I think what they've got, I think that 4 years is a mandatory minimum. Penny could not have been convicted for both charges. Yes, because if they convict them on the top charge, then they don't go to the second one. Willie told the jury the second-degree manslaughter charge had been dismissed, functionally allowing them to now consider the remaining charge of criminally negligent homicide, which means he's probably going to get fucking done for that. I hope the people who were voting for not guilty stand firm. What this means is you are now free to consider count 2. Whether it makes any difference or not, I have no idea. The judge told the jury, you know it makes a fucking difference, you lying sack of shit. Judge Willie had instructed the jurors to keep deliberating while they were deadlocked on the charge earlier in the day. Penny's defense attorneys objected to the move for a mistrial over the deadlock panel of 12 jurors. After informing them of the manslaughter charge's dismissal, Judge Willie sent the jury home earlier than usual, telling the panel, think about something else over the weekend. The jury will return on Monday morning to continue their deliberations on the normal charge. It's not time for a mistrial, Willie told the attorneys outside the presence of the jury after the jury first reported being deadlocked. And the probable deadlock is the person with 2 fucking masks on. Which also gives us a really interesting legal problem, because our legal system is based on Linda will come back to that. Unfortunately, Trump can't pardon this one because it's a state charge and not a federal one. Although we could have a quick phone call with the governor and tell the governor who's in charge of the state, you may pardon that, or I'm going to make life very fucking difficult for you, and I hope he does that. But it was funny. Why doesn't anyone get charged with contempt of court with their prejudgments? And why don't they? I'll tell you why they don't sequester juries. Because that would mean putting everybody into a very basic hotel and taking all their devices off them that connect to the internet and keeping them there, basically under house arrest for a 3 or 5 week trial. It's really not good. That's why they don't sequester people. Contempt of court is a very hard case to get through. Our problem is that what we had for a while was politicized judges and politicized prosecutors. We've now got politicized jurors, which is also showing up in cases in Great Britain, where the likes of the people in, what the fuck was that? I think it was a city where they put the statue in the sea. I don't think it was Portsmouth, but it was somewhere down about there. It was a seaside. It was a port town anyway. And the people pulled down the statue, threw it in the sea. Somebody in the channel has told me. Yep, that was it. Bristol. We have we have things like in Bristol where the statue was thrown in the sea. The people pled not guilty despite having been seen doing it. All the evidence was there. The jury said no, they were just allowed to do that and let them off. So, yep, that's exactly it. It was the statue of Coulson. Thank you, people. See, I'm fine with. I know the story, the names and stuff. I'm a little bit fucking out on. Nice one, Budgie. Yeah, we'll have mostly peaceful protests that don't get prosecuted. But that has moved past that to the point where we've now got activist jurors, which means that nobody is going to get justice because your justice is going to be totally dependent on who it is gets selected for the jury. This is why we don't have jury trials in Northern Ireland for terrorist events. They claim it's because they're worried about intimidation. That's not the fact. The problem is you've got half the country that would never convict one people for one set of crimes, and another half of the country that would not convict the other set of people for the other set of crimes. So they decided justice was broken, and we had to block and 3 judges. In this case, what we've got is a juror that is looking for a conviction whenever there shouldn't be one. After informing them of the manslaughter charge, sorry, I'll get back to where I was. Shortly before the judge's ruling, lead prosecutor Defanta Yarden had indicated her office would drop the second-degree manslaughter charge if the jury could move on to consider the lesser crimes of criminally negligent homicide. Defense attorney Thomas Kenneth objected to the motion, telling the judge he was unaware of any legal precedent for the prosecution's proposal and called it novel because it is novel. And the judge told the prosecutor the first time she asked this that there was no legal way for him to do that, and he didn't even know how he would go about it. Then he had a conversation with somebody and changed his mind. Granting the proposal, Kenneth argued, would encourage prosecutors' offices to overcharge in the grand jury. So what this would also do, this would set a precedent whereby you could go in with charges that you know you cannot prove, but would be enough to get the person in the jury box and get them in prison instead of out on bail, and then bring them in, and as the cases get disproved, just drop them off and go down until you've got the one that works. And that's not how our justice system's supposed to work. It's supposed to work on the basis of they investigate you, they figure out legally what crime you may be culpable for, they bring them into a courtroom in a controlled environment where all of the evidence gets presented to 12 people that know as little as possible about it before they step in that court case, in that jury room, and then they deliberate it, and they take the legal element out of it and decide, did the person do the right thing or the wrong thing? And in this case, you had someone on a subway who was threatening to kill or seriously injure other passengers and ranting about the fact that he didn't care if he went to jail for it. And this man stepped in along with two other men and subdued the man. There was a 911 call made to the police whenever the train stopped, and the police were told to get their asses down there. And then the police did arrive. They removed the man. They took him to police custody, and he died like a day later, which should put his physical safety in the hands of the police. He'd been handed over in good order, well, alive and breathing. And then the police decided to question the guy involved, the Marine, without telling him that the guy had died long after he had left his custody, which meant that he was giving his police interview under false pretenses. But that still all made its way into the courtroom. And now he's got some fucking, in all probability, he has got somebody that wears two masks deciding he has to go to jail for it. And that is going to change the legal system. I'm actually going to drop this out, so I'm just going to talk about this. That's going to change the legal system. It's also going to change people's behavior. Because while a lot of people might like the idea of playing Captain Save-A-Ho and stepping forward, everybody's now got to think twice about that. And I would see, whenever they have all their women's liberation and pussy marches and all, they want to take them down to the courthouse and go, this case needs thrown out because we're worried about being attacked in public. And anytime somebody tries to protect us, you put them in jail for protecting us. So you need to stop that shit and get back to the way we are and the way we should be. And unless that happens, we will have no justice in any westernized country, because everything can be acquitted if you get the right juror. And yet, it's exactly this. It's exactly the same as what happened with the police in Manchester Airport. And well, he can't. Hunter Biden has been exonerated for everything from 2014. From whenever his daddy was the vice president. And everything that he did wrong, he's totally free to do. Well, I'll tell you what, Blue Bear. See if you're thinking about being a sticking up for somebody else. You need to have a really good think about that. This is another thing about the boundaries that we were talking about at the start of the night. I would have said in 2012, if I'd have been driving down the road and somebody was stuck with a flat tire or they were stopped with their engine up, I would probably have stopped to give assistance. See now, if they're female, I ain't stopping because fuck knows what she's liable to say whenever I stop. I just don't do that anymore. I'll stop for a man because I'm pretty sure he's going to say, "Oh, thanks, I need some help," or "No, mate, I'm okay, but thanks for stopping." No idea what I'm going to get from a woman, so I ain't stopping now. And we all need to have a think about what we're prepared to do for other people, particularly other people that we do not know. There's a really big difference between stepping in and stopping someone hitting someone that is your close friend or family member and some random person off the street. Yeah, but the thing about it is, Blue Bar, you need to get prosecuted for that. I don't want the woman to be hurt either, but I don't want to go to jail for trying to stop it. And to be fair, see anybody tries to see if I'm out with Emma G and anybody tries to hurt her, yeah, that's game on. I'll go to the mat for that, not a problem. All day, every day, twice on a fucking Sunday. But the random person, yeah, not so much. Because the way the law currently works, you ain't protected for it. You're supposed to have a right of self-defense. That self-defense right is supposed to cover you defending yourself or others, not property, people. It's supposed to be pretty clear. And if that person was in danger, you can use violence commensurate with the danger, and you'll not get in trouble for that. Now you're getting prosecuted. So that stepping up and provide and protect, the social contract for that's broken. You get no thanks for it, and it's time to change that. And I would say that the onus to change that is going to fall on all the people who have complained about toxic masculinity, all the people that indulge in feminist ideology, all the LGBTQAI lobbies and all. They all really need to get on board with self-defense being a thing again, because they are the people that are going to be disproportionately affected, because they're the people that are more vulnerable to getting hit round the head with something. And now people are not going to step up to protect them. Right, exactly. Yeah, fuck it, I'm not stopping for me either. Yep. Would that be the ones that are on Trans Am? Yeah, that's right. He had to cover everything from Ukraine, and it also does cover Joe, because he can't. Well, here's the biggest thing: the word on the rumor mill is that Hunter had said, if I don't get this pardon, I'm bringing out a book. And that's what prompted the pardon, because he was very much in the idea of takes on bikes rule. Oh fuck, class. Yeah, that pardon is as much for Joe as it is for Hunter. And be advised, pardons are coming for Joe's brothers, who were also up their knees in Brisbane and all of that other stuff, and have had a long career. And I would also expect there to be some form of a pardon for Joe Biden for himself whenever he leaves. Oh, the other interesting thing is, generally speaking, in order to give a pardon, you need to know what the crime is. Oh, yes, the laptop does sink them all. They're all guilty, and you can prove they're all guilty. But what you can't now do is prosecute them. What I think would be funny as fuck, and the best one would be for the justice system whenever Trump comes in, to put them on trial, knowing that the pardon's in effect, and say, right, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to work out exactly what you're being pardoned for, and pull all his fucking charges out and talk about everything, and go, there's no similar to what they did with Alex Jones, where he didn't actually get a trial. Oh yeah, that's right. But Joe Biden's pardon his son. We'll call our countries corrupt. Our members of parliament went to America to lobby in the American election, but we complain about outside interference in the American election and in our election. Is our MPs going over not fucking outside interference? Here's how it works. These people do not believe in fucking anything that they say. Everything they say, it's a sign for one thing. What gets them over the line? Yes, like the Kiltons. I think I might have mispronounced that. The Kiltons. The Bill and Hillary have got the worst luck in the world, because the amount of people that they know that up and kill themselves in strange and unique ways, including shooting themselves twice in the back of the head while being robbed, while not being robbed, having weight bars fall on their neck, having their plane explode and stuff. Yeah, a bit of a shock. But what the Clintons seem to have a terrible bad luck with people to know dying of killing themselves with a bit of assistance. So there's all of that to deal with. But generally speaking, how a pardon works is, I don't know, Hunter Biden. You've got this charge of filling in a form incorrectly whenever you were applying for a firearm. That's what the crime is. I'm giving you a pardon for that. You don't need to worry about it anymore. But no, they didn't do that in this case. They don't even name what the crimes were. They just says, yeah, anything between this period and this period. I don't know for a fact, but I think it's the first time a pardon's ever been used in that way. And it's probably a trial run for Joe's pardon, because he needs one too. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Breaking news. Politicians are corrupt. Like we would never have fucking guessed. And that's before you think about how the hell anybody has a job that pays 120 grand a year, but after a few years of doing that has fucking multi-million-dollar mansions. Very strange. Very fucking strange. And with that, and we're at 1 hour 40. I think I need to check what Pekka said. Yeah, probably deny all knowledge of me. It might help. Oh yeah, the president can. It is a legal thing for him to do. But there's only one of them's ever had to pardon his son for like a fucking 10-year period of undisclosed things. I'm not saying he's not allowed to do what he has, but he's went well outside the norms. And yes, Nancy is really fucking good at that investment thing. She picks the right stocks every goddamn time. Oh, and with that, I think we're going to have a musical interlude. I think we shall eat some bugs. I'm going to get a drink. Eat some bugs. 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance. Oh shit, man. Eat the bugs? You got me wrong. You got me so wrong. You ever seen a cave drawing of somebody with a spear hunting a mosquito? Well, me either. We eat meat and we have choices. You cook the hedgehog right? It tastes like chicken. Fucking chicken. I ain't eating your bugs. I ain't eating your bugs. I started off with nothing and I'm never going back. I'm not getting on your progressive track. With Agenda 2030, I refuse to engage. I can see where it is going and it's just another cage. I've got hedgehog, I've got rabbit, I've got wild hog. Fuck it, I could even move to Alaska and get me a nice caribou. Fuck it, I'm not eating your bugs. They're trying to take away what I fought so hard to get, so I'm going to say no to your cattle country. Eat the bugs? Live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy? Oh, nothing and be happy? I've seen the people with nothing and they don't look happy. Eat the bugs? Live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy? Oh, nothing and be happy? I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh shit, man. You got me wrong. You got me so fucking wrong. There are millions of us in the UK, billions worldwide, unvaccinated, striding out into our third winter of death with not a care in the world. Eating pig, eating cow, eating chicken, and we will not conform. Fuck it, I'm not eating your bugs. Hey, Klaus Schwab, this is 42, and I want the word with you. Motherfucker.
Fourth Industrial Revolution. We have a window of opportunity for the great reset. Technology is a critical weapon. History
large Stonehenge, keeping me away from the stones. That's not world heritage, that's British heritage. You're getting to the point where the people that just want to be left alone are going to get involved. Tell me again, why is the United Nations running Stonehenge? Fuck it. Stonehenge museums a fucking Penang mountain range now owned by UNESCO, so you and I can never go. Fuck your 15-minute cities and your Internet of Things. We are going back to nature, see what that life brings. We had a good look at the bombing we did, so we hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We'll hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid.
This is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance.
Fuck it. There you go. There's a bit of Eat the Bugs. And, I want to go back to what I was saying at the start of the night. We're coming into the darkest time of the year. It's time to sort your shit out and organize yourselves. Have a think about what you want to do for next year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an idea. What about this for next year? Once a month, contact your member of parliament or the government, or fill in a consultation report, or fill in a petition to the government or something, and register your dislike of this government officially on something that where it will be counted. That's one thing you can put in place for next year. All right. What I'm doing personally is I'm getting ready for doing more stuff. One of the things that I've got going on is the Resistance, which started off with the 3 songs, has now became a fucking Substack. There's other people going to be involved in it. Going to get more writers involved, and that I'm really looking forward to getting more done on that. You can find the Substack at the link I'm about to put in, and hopefully this fucking works this time, because last time I tried to put it in here, it didn't work. Anybody wants to sign on to the Substack, you'll get that. There's going to be music through there. There's going to be poetry. There's going to be writing, and not just from me. We're bringing other people in. With other projects, with another large project that we're getting ready to launch. There's something coming. It's going to be good. It's going to be interesting, and I would ask you to at least have a look at what we do, what we bring forward, and maybe invest a little bit of time in working towards that, and form an activism community where we actually do shit as opposed to complaining about it. One thing about complaining, there is a time and a place for complaining to your friend at the corner shop or in the pub or on the internet or whatnot, but at some stage you gotta make it official and interact with the government on it. So that's one of the things I would ask you to put into your thought process while you're getting ready for winter solstice, and then moving forward in the next year. Personally speaking, for me, what that's going to look like is being more organized, replying to emails better, replying to messages better. Brad. Yeah, I've been a bit remiss on that. Sorry, mate, but we're getting there, and that's in the plan. Replying to my comments on the YouTube. Yes, learn the fucking game. Uh, I didn't make the chessboard, but we all got to play on the same fucking chessboard. The brick that's available to us currently is the bottom brick, so we need to kick that. We need to put more of our cultural ideas into the zeitgeist and get that moving forward. And there are a whole bunch of talented people about this channel that are going to be involved in it too. This isn't just fucking 42 running off on his own. And that will help the things I've been trying to do because there's more people involved. And hopefully, oh yeah, Blue Bear, we're on it. We're on the motherfucker. We've got some good ones coming. All the powder's being kept dry at the minute, but you'll hear about it very soon. And we're going to try to do something positive. And I hope to bring this all with me in the new year. And with that, I think we're going to have a poem. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. We're going to have a poem, but which one it is, that's another matter. Oh, Poetry 42. Let's see. Yeah, we'll have this one. We're going to have my version of If. By the way, the original version of If I'm not overly a fan of for a couple of reasons. Not least being that it's for simps, but this is my poem If. Check it, that is sharing. It is. If from the jaws of victory you can gamely grasp defeat, then take an uncomfortable army and force them to retreat. If the achievements of your ancestors you can easily cast aside, then take your subjugation and repackage it as pride. If you can cast down your own people for another people's gains, while sitting in ivory towers and ignore your people's pain, if you can lambast their outcry when they demand legal protection, or brand the patriots traitors who foster insurrection, if you can do all this and not feel the shame, call them all pawns lost to the game. If your rightful duty you can easily forget, and the people's rights you willfully neglect, congratulations, you're a Western politician, and I hope your name is remembered for eternity. There you go. That is If by 42. And with that, I'm going to eject that one. And hold on, what the hell happened there? All right. What we're going to have for going out is harmony, melody, and rhyme for a whole host of reasons. This is the first song that I did in collaboration with Al Mack, and it did set out what I had hoped to do, which is be part of a community where we make our voices heard. And I can see it actually coming to fruition. It's fucking beautiful. And as usual, it's the fucking misfits that have got the good take on everything. Well, here we go. This is going to be the outro. We're going with harmony, melody, and rhyme. Hopefully, it'll come up the first time of asking. Here we go. And I'll put your comments up on the screen, obviously.
Hello, this is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance. You are not alone, and we shall walk this journey together. What about you, chum? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. Let us gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. From that grand house they tried to burn down, there's gold in the ashes if you look around. Let us gather together those that can perform, then from those scarred timbers build our own platform. Build our own platform. We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing for all harmony, melody, and rhyme. We descended from minstrels in old days of yore. We will create a culture as we did once before, forced to stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. They have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. Stand by as our country was sold. Did you really think we'd leave that story untold? We will sing words of wisdom. We will sing we will sing harmony, melody, rhyme. Harmony, melody, and rhyme. So one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. I have seen the future, the way forward is clear. Among us still stands a modern day Shakespeare. Never realized you could not kill a dream. So we will gather together those that can perform, and from the scarred timbers build our own platform. You're talking to 42. What about you, chum? If one brings a guitar and one brings a voice, then they stand together and make their own choice. their bride. We will sing words of wisdom, we will sing for all time. We will sing for our people with the ancient trilogy of harmony, melody, rhyme. We created our society through family, god and tribe. The gods of water, air and land brought us through a line. The earth, the moon, the sun, each became a deity, independent parts of another trilogy. Is it a coincidence or is it just sublime that we now bring excellence in harmony, melody and rhyme? With power and wealth, you control the mainstream, but you never realized you could not kill a dream. You cannot kill a dream, and we shall walk this journey together.
Right, we're going to do a quick blast of alternative Ulster for Mr. Ragnar Arnspear. While I'm getting this queued up, Rags, all of those murals are on the Newtonards Road, East Belfast, at Freedom Corner. If you want to see them up close and better, you will find them on my stream walking tour of East Belfast, walking mural tour of East Belfast. I give you a better look at all those murals. And here we go with a little bit of Stiff Little Fingers.
We ain't got no room, my bed, don't even care. Don't even know, you know. Take just my body, we can say I don't even. What we need is all kind of monster. Gotta make it yours, and all kind of monster. Ain't got a monster, no, and all kind of monster. Yeah, that's the dirty boss, and the other monster. I'll tell you, they're the man. On the other screen, and only got a reflection. It's my head and your feet. This is the kind of place you wanna live. Just you wanna be. This is the only life you're gonna have. What we need is all kind of monster. Gotta take the chance, and I'll tell the monster. It's not the monster, no, and I'll tell the monster. That's what you're dirty for, from the other monster. Oh, but yo, that is bad. They say they're a part of you. That's what true you know. They say they got control of you. That's all I you know. They say you'll never be free. Free. I just got fixated.
Yep, right, that's all right. People, I just want to say thank you for this evening. I've really enjoyed this stream. I'm enjoying doing more where I sort of talk freestyle and give my unfettered opinions. Thank you very much for sticking with it. And I've been 42. Telling Monster. Oh, fuck, I'm totally fucking, I don't know, I've missed the jokes. Right, okay. Anyway, People, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed tonight. I've been 42. You lot in the chat have, as always, been fucking amazing. Good night. God bless. See us all next week. I'm out of here. Goodbye.